Well, hey kids, Grandpa here. How is everybody doing out there in YouTube land? Don't know how long it's going to be before anybody gets here. I just thought I'd go live, unannounced live stream, and see what all we can find going on in the world. I know I have been negligent in that I haven't done a live stream in a while, so I thought it was high time I got on here and did one. Yes, Lily. Oh gosh. Miss Lily's got to get in the camera again. Hey, Austin, how you doing, man? Hello, Todd Marsh. How are you? All right, get down. Get down. Come here. Come on. Come on. Get up over here. Come on. There you go. Sit. Good girl. Miss Lily can be on the camera and everybody can enjoy her too. So, anyhow, hey, Jeff, how you doing? Good evening. Hey, Kelly Binks, how are you doing? Glad to see everybody here. I just thought I'd do an impromptu live stream. Just seen her jump up behind me. Just thought I'd do an impromptu live stream and just check in with everybody, let you guys all know that I'm doing great here in Ohio and making very slow progress, but making progress nonetheless. So I thought I would jump in and give everybody a quick update since I've really not been putting out a lot of videos lately. So, hey, Nana Grace. Hey, King of Chuck. How you doing? You guys look at, yeah, Lily's photo bombing me. She needs to, come on, get up here. Stay. Good girl. Got it set up now so she can be in the picture, but she hears me talking and she thinks I'm talking to her, and so she gets all excited. Anyhow. See if I can aim this a little better. You can see her a bit better. There you go. Hey, S. Viacula, how you doing this evening? Oh, anyhow, things are going good up here in Ohio. Working on getting my real estate license done. I've got all of the hurdles jumped through for my Florida license, except actually taking the test, which I have to do first week of next month, and then I've got to figure out somehow how I'm going to pay for the multiple listing service and real estate board membership down there, which is pretty spendy, about $1,500. So working on that. We'll figure it out. It'll happen. Still waiting on the farm up in Alaska to sell. Still waiting on the auctioneer up there in Alaska to pay me for my last batch of stuff. So I've been kind of in limbo, hanging out here in Ohio, enjoying some time with the family and just making a really good time of it. It's kind of nice to spend some time with the grandkids and the family and revisiting the old stomping grounds here around Ohio and spending some time. Been doing a lot of research on some properties here, some farm properties and stuff. Getting ready to try to organize and set up a new homestead, and we'll see how that works out. But that's kind of the goal right now. Yeah, Kelly, twice in one day. Oh, I guess you guys were talking on another live stream. Yep. I've been kind of out of touch. Thanks, Jeff. I appreciate that. I've been looking good. I've been kind of out of touch, but, you know, we're working hard trying to make things happen here in Ohio, and so hopefully things will come to fruition here pretty quickly. So, anyhow, so what's new and exciting with you guys out there? Anything new and exciting going on in the world? I must admit, I have not been watching very many sailing videos lately. I've been watching a ton of homesteading videos, trying to get kind of caught up and up to speed with what's going on in that regard. Lily, quit. Come on, get up here. Lily, come on, up here. No, get down. Here. Sit. There you go. Sailing Doodles live stream earlier. Oh, okay, I get it. Yep. Nice to see you online. Thanks, Ian. I appreciate it. I haven't done a live in a while. I thought I would go ahead and jump on here and do a live stream. I actually have a date tomorrow. The infamous Cheshire Canary. The infamous Cheshire Canary and I are going to lunch tomorrow, so that should be interesting to see what happens with that. Only 2 more months left to winter. Hopefully the St. Croix River thaws quickly. Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it, Austin? You get out there and do some sailing up in your neck of the woods? You're missing the Grammys. Yeah. Yeah, not missing anything there. Hey, Christine, how you doing, darling? Haven't seen you in a while. Didn't hear why you've moved from Alaska to Ohio. Todd, I moved to Ohio to be here closer with family. You know, living up my cabin up in Alaska, you know, it was a nice piece of land, but frankly, it's just cold as hell up there. And really, it's just kind of lonely being up there by myself. I have some grandkids and my family here in Ohio. They wanted me to be down here near them. And so that motivated me to come down here. And in addition, the real estate market up in Alaska has really kind of gone to crap. You know, that's what I do for a living, is sell real estate. Fuel prices being low as they are right now, the real estate market up in Alaska took a big hit, and business really dropped off up there. So I moved down here with the hopes of being able to do a little better financially, and I'm getting licensed now in both Ohio and Florida, and will be back and forth between the two, trying to earn what I can. So, well, thanks, Ian. Missed you guys too. The winter in Ohio must be mild compared to what you're used to. You know, Austin, actually, yes, it is a lot warmer than what I'm accustomed to. But, you know, it's still been just as much of a pain in the neck. It's been snowing, cold, and icy here for the last, you know, almost a month and a half now. Today was an exceptionally nice day. But it's really been snowing and cold and icy. So I'm hoping now maybe we're past the worst of winter for Ohio and can move on. You know, up in Alaska, it's really cold and miserable up there in like November, December. And once we start rolling into January, it's cold, but it usually stays clear and we don't get much snow. Same with February. And of course, March is one of my favorite months of the year up in Alaska. April, we start going into breakup, and then everything gets sloshy and mushy again. But here in Ohio, everything was really cold and snowy now, and I think we're just at the edge of it breaking. I mean, today we were up in the 50s, and I think it's going to get a lot better now going forward. So I believe we got around 13 inches of snow last Monday, and with the wind, I had a 4-foot drift across the driveway. Yeah, I could believe that, Austin. Yeah, 28 inch snow in Milwaukee. Wow. Hello, Carolyn Harmon. How you doing? Are you out in the garage? Yes, I am out in the garage, Ian. I am out in the garage. The garage, guys, has been sort of converted into an apartment. Not very well. The guy who did the work here did very poor quality work. But it has been somewhat converted to a garage. But, you know, I'm sitting here at my desk. I've got the bed behind me. I've got my stuff that I store over here on the corner. And it's warm and it's dry. And, you know, I step out the door and right into the house and, you know, got full kitchen in there, shower and bathroom and everything. So it's a lot more comfortable, a lot more convenient for me than where I was up in Alaska. Problem is I can't have any critters here. You know, I always had my chickens and stuff up there in Alaska, and I haven't been able to do that here. So that's been kind of the bad spot for me. In fact, I'm staying here at my ex-wife's house. Their property is right in town, so we can't even have chickens here. So it kind of sucks, but 85 in Southern Cal, yeah. Minus 18 in Sterling, Alaska yesterday. Minus 8 this morning. Yeah, I believe that, Kevin. Absolutely believe that. Heading your way. We had the high 40s yesterday. Well, there you go. I'll look forward to that. 64 and rain in Florida. Well, that's no fun. Not on a sailboat. Wow. Hey, Shell's Home Place Journal. I used to deliver papers in Columbus up to Sunbury. Yeah, my family originally came from Sunbury. And the surrounding area, minus 5, both windows down, throwing papers at 50 miles an hour. Yeah. Actually, Shell, I was talking to a guy. They were talking about hiring me to deliver the dispatch, the Columbus Dispatch in the Baltimore area. They ended up hiring a younger kid to do it. I guess I'm too much of an old geezer for that kind of work. But, yeah, I thought that was funny. Just trying to pick up some odd jobs and things to do to earn some money so I can get my real estate licensing going. Just got to get over this little hump, pay for that stuff so I can get things put in a high gear. So, but it'll happen here pretty soon. Hey, from Ashland, Ohio. Hey, Avalon Acres, how you doing? How are things in Ashland, Ohio today? I like the name of your place, Avalon Acres. That's a cool name. So, Anyhow, it's going to be kind of fun and interesting. Been looking at a lot of properties here and around the area, and hopefully my place up in Alaska will sell soon, and I will be able to get going with buying a place here and getting something started. So a lot of interesting properties available here in the area. Just trying to find the right piece for me. So, yep, you do what you got to do to get a foothold. That's right, Shell. You do. You know, you got to do what you got to do. You know, you bury your pride, you swallow your pride, and you do what you have to do. You know, so I may be almost 60 years old, but I'm not too proud to throw newspapers out if that's what I got to do to make enough money to get my real estate license going again. So I do have a real estate company. Actually, I had 2 real estate companies here offer me jobs to work for them, but I got to pay for my licensing and stuff beforehand before I can start those jobs. So I'm kind of working on that now. It was sunny today, not so gray and dreary. Okay, yeah, today here in Lancaster, it was kind of sunny and a much nicer day today. I actually opened the door to the garage here and let some fresh air in for a while. That was nice. Austin, I'm going to search for, am I going to search for a farm or build one? Probably both. Ideally, I don't really care if I buy a property with a house or just land. Either way, I'm going to change it to modify it to my needs. But I'm not, you know, it just depends on what I have available at the time, what's available, what kind of deal can be made. Depends on the circumstances. I'm not going to only look for land. I'm not going to only look for an existing farm. I actually kind of like the idea of just having some land because this way I don't have to worry about what other stuff that they have sprayed on the ground or buried on the ground or that kind of stuff. You know, I'll be able to get something that's pretty clean. So we'll just see how things go from there, I guess. But I'm just going to see what I can find. So 63 trips around the sun for me. Yeah, right? Shell's Home Players Journal says, does King's Pizza still exist in Columbus? Best pizza ever. I don't know, Shell. I don't know. I've not eaten at King's Pizza in Columbus. Guess I could Google it and find out. Sorry, I got a back itch. Ooh. Sorry about that, but, you know, I had a back itch and my back scratcher was right there. So what the hell? Made myself comfortable. Yeah, I don't know. You know, it's sort of interesting. All the places that I've lived at, there's always been, you know, some place that to me was, you know, an eatery, as an example, place that, you know, I would like to go back to and because I've had good meals there or whatever in the past. And here in Ohio, there was a place called Roosters. It's now a chain of sports bar type restaurants, but they have awesome chicken wings. They just have awesome chicken wings and a chicken wing sandwich that they do that I really liked. And I missed that when I was up in Montana and up in Alaska. In Montana, there was this great little restaurant there in Livingston, Montana that surprisingly did really good calamari. So, but up in Alaska, there wasn't any restaurant up there that I can shake a leg at and say, boy, I really miss eating at, you know, XYZ. Certainly when I lived in New York, there was a bunch of good restaurants there I'd like to go back and eat at. Mostly Vincent's on the corner of Mott and Hester Street and Peter Luger's and a few other places. But glad someone gave you a pen with no clicker, right? I specifically bought a whole box of them, but I do have pens with clickers here. I just made a point of not having a clicker with me, so I'm not making click, 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 click noises. But you see, I'm still trying. It's that mental block thing that we get. You know, as humans, we get that kind of crazy mental block stuff in our minds. And so I think they were a Greek family that owned kings. Some wild and yummy combinations. Yeah, you know, fusion, I guess, is the word I'm going to use there. I always find it interesting how you find these restaurants that are owned by, you know, ethnic families and then are doing, here's a Greek family trying to do Italian pizza, right? So that's fusion, you know. Kind of weird, but I'm a pen clicker from way back. There you go, Avalon. Wait a minute, no beer. No beer. I actually have a couple beer here in the cooler, but I've not drank a beer in about a month ago. I made some beef stew for the family, and I drank some beer while making the beef stew. Can't make my beef stew unless I put a couple beers in it. That's part of the necessary ingredients. And if I'm going to give a couple to the stew, I'm going to give a couple to me. No, actually, I'm on to a new beverage now. I'm drinking this stuff. I don't know if you ever had this stuff. Simple Truth Organic Seltzer Water, mixed berry. I love the ingredients in this. Carbonated water, organic, natural flavor. Period. That's it. Carbonated water and organic, natural flavor. And this one is a mixed berry flavor. So, I really like this stuff. I started drinking some stuff similar to this up in Alaska. Not exactly the same. But I found this stuff down here in Ohio, and I really love it. And I'm getting all that, you know, chemically preservative stuff out of my diet completely now. So, feeling a lot better not drinking that stuff. It's still carbonated, so you still get that pop sort of flavor, you know, kind of experience going on, but a lot healthier for old grandpa. So Guinness and beef stew, yum, yum. Yeah, I don't use Guinness in my stew, but I agree with you. Yep, good beer. Just grab another Stella. There you go. That'd be nice. Maybe some of those little drinks. Careful, a lot of those seltzers have hidden salt in them as part of the carbonation process. You know, I was wondering about that, Jeff, but I looked and it shows 0 milligram sodium. So, and then I use a website. I don't know if you guys ever checked this out. There's a website called Fooducate, like educate, but it's Fooducate. And it has a barcode reader. And so you can scan the, you know, the barcode, and then it tells you all about the product. What's interesting about this company is it takes a product like this and it takes it to its own laboratory and puts it through its own testing, and then they come back and tell you how much it's actually like what the ingredients are, how accurate the ingredient list is from the company. You'd be surprised how many companies out there fudge a little bit on their claims as to what's in the ingredients. So, but I'll keep an eye out for Jeff. I appreciate that. Shell's Homeplace Journal says, I like Angry Orchard hard cider. Yeah, I'm not going to go there. My most recent ex-wife, that was her drink, and so sorry, Shell, but I have a disdain for Angry Orchard hard cider at the moment, or anything else that reminds me of her. Can I help you? You guys can't see this here, but can I help you? I'm trying to do a live stream here. You're making it very difficult to do a live stream with you. Now you're going to climb on me? Well, I get doggy kisses. I get doggy kisses. Now you're going to knock my computer over too? Is that what you're going to do? You're going to knock the computer over too? Why don't you get down? Get down. Oh, Miss Lilly. Come on, get up here. Come on. No, over here. Here. You know what she wants? Johanna, my first ex-wife, bought some treats for Miss Lilly today, and that's what she wants. She wants a dog bone. Go on, I threw it up there on the bed for you. Go on, get it. Come on, here. There you go. Now what she'll do is she'll grab that, jump down, and go into her dog crate, probably. Maybe she'll eat it right there. Well, I guess she's going to get crumbs all over my bed. Thanks, dog. Anyhow, going to different churches might be a good way to network with real estate leads. Actually, Ed, it's interesting that you bring that up. I've actually was online just the other day looking up different churches here in the area to maybe go do that. So we'll see. Milwaukee, I don't know how you pronounce that. Waukesha Pilot said shot. Shot of what? Of a shot of my seltzer water? Okay. What's the website on food? It's called Food. It's actually not a website. It's an app on my cell phone. It's called Fooducate, Fooducat, like educate, but Fooducate. Pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. Hi, Lily. Yep, that's Miss Lily, the wonder dog. No worries, some things leave a bad taste. Yeah, Shell, not a problem. Hey, Lois Ann, how you doing? Welcome to the live stream. There is the star of the live stream. Yeah, Miss Lily. Yes, getting crumbs all over my blankets. Thanks, dog. Love that dog. Just love her to death. It's all right. That dog saved my life. When I was going through my divorce, I was all bummed and depressed. And if I didn't have Miss Lily around to save me, I don't know what would have happened. So, she is absolutely the love of my life right now. Gave me a big scare this week. Where I'm staying, the yard is completely fenced here, but there's a gate up here right by the house. And someone hadn't closed the gate properly. And so Miss Lily has learned that she can take her paw and cook it with her nails and open it to go in, to get into someplace. Well, she opened the gate and let herself out. So I had to go running around the neighborhood trying to figure out what happened to her and try to find her and get her to come back. And sure enough, she met some kids that were a block over here. And now she's gotten out a second time. And she ran right back over to those same kids to go visit them. They're her kids now. In fact, when I was, I had to drive the ex-wife over to Walmart today. And while I was sitting there in the parking lot, people came over to me, go, hey, how you doing? How's Miss Lily? And I didn't recognize them at first, but then I realized it was the kids at the neighbor's house that Miss Lily was running over to and visiting. But, you know, Miss Lily's got her tag on her from having had her rabies shot up in Alaska. So these people called the veterinarian up in Alaska and said, hey, we found this dog, you know, tag number so-and-so. And the veterinarian then got on and texted me saying, hey, Miss Lily was found by these people. Here's their phone number. Call them up, or, you know, and so the problem was at the time, by the time the vet lady had sent me the message, I was already over at their house getting a dog. I had been driving around the neighborhood and they flagged me down. So, but it just goes to show, you know, having the dog get her shots there at the vet all the way up in Alaska, you know, she got loose and sure, get down. I did not invite you up. Anyhow, so she was found and she's home and she's safe. But man, I was kind of out of my head for a little bit. I was worried, scared the hell out of me that I lost her. So anyhow, but that's the story of Miss Lily. So Houdini, yeah, she's a real Houdini. No doubt about that. Louisiana Therapy, hi Shell. How are you? Good. Okay, I'm good too, Lois Ann and Shell and everybody else. I don't know if you're talking amongst yourselves or you're talking to me. I think you're talking amongst yourselves here. So I know I said it before, go to the local pet store and get a tag with your phone number on it. Yeah, actually, Jeff, I've already been looking at those, and the one pet store that I went to over here did not have them. So we're ordering one to come in to put on her. And it actually rivets onto her collar. It doesn't hang like a regular tag. It's a plate that'll mount on the side of the collar with some rivets. And that should be more effective, and she'll have that on there. So yeah, well, we should have that here pretty soon. We ended up having to order one. So I don't know, it's probably coming from China or someplace, but it's been ordered. And so hopefully we'll get here not too distant future. When I give Jasper a bone, he leaves half in crumbs mixed with a quart of drool. Oh. Yeah, well, if Lily drooled, she would not be up on my bed, I can assure you. In fact, this is a relatively new development. As you can see, I covered my bed with my old wool blanket from up in Alaska, which I really don't need here in Ohio. And she's only allowed on the bed when the bed is red. When it's got that blanket on it, she can get up there. Otherwise, because I don't want her hair and everything all over my blankets. I never let a dog up on the bed. So this is sort of a new development for us, but we'll see. We'll see. She seems to be enjoying it. She gets to jump up there and sleep all day long. At night, though, she is not on the bed while I'm in it. So Anyhow, that's about all that's new and exciting up here in Alaska. Up in Alaska, yeah. Force of habit, guys. Sorry about that. Here in Ohio, trying to work things out job-wise. Truck is running perfectly. Relationship with the family is getting much better. I don't know what else to say about that. Things are going well in that regard. Finding some interesting stuff. I've got some interesting videos that'll be coming up. As an example, here I am in Lancaster, Ohio. Now, I don't know if you know where Lancaster, Ohio is, but I'm pretty close to the center of Ohio. And Ohio is pretty close to being the center of nowhere in America. And, you know, we're part of what I like to refer to as that great void between the mountains. And so, but it's farm country, you know, this is ag area. And so I'm interested to do some videos and stories talking about some of the interesting ag stuff that's here in the area. But here's what's really wild. Right here in this town of Lancaster, Ohio, I found a guy who raises prawns. He has seed shrimp brought in from North Vietnamese shrimp, prawns, you know, like the tiger shrimp you see at the store, the North Vietnamese shrimp you see advertised in the store all the time. He gets those as little tiny babies and puts them in his ponds here in Lancaster, Ohio all summer and fattens them up in his ponds all summer. And then come September, he has a harvest and harvests all the prawns out of his tank. How weird is that? I mean, how odd is that here's a guy raising shrimp here in the middle of Ohio? I always was of the opinion that shrimp was a saltwater species. I've learned a while back that they're also raised in some rivers as freshwater. But I'm really surprised to find them living in ponds in Ohio. I just, you know, what do you grow in ponds in Ohio? Well, you grow catfish, of course, or bluegill or perch. You know, that's what people grow here. Nope, growing shrimp. So awesome. I think that's pretty cool. So let's see. Great. Let me catch up on the chat here a little bit. Hit the like button. Yeah, guys, please do. Please do like and subscribe. No Plastic 61 just got a notice of a live stream. Hello. Well, hello, No Plastic 61. How are you doing? That's just wild. LOL. Ohio raised shrimp. I need some of that. Yeah, right. Isn't that just cool as hell? You know, I've always been okay. When I live in Ohio, I don't eat seafood because we don't grow seafood in Ohio. When I lived in Montana, I don't grow seafood. If you live in Ohio, you eat pork and corn because that's what we have. If you live in Montana, you eat beef and potatoes because that's, you know, Montana, Idaho, that's local right there. When I lived in Alaska, you know, you eat moose because that's about the only thing they grow up there. And so here I am in Ohio and there's a guy raising shrimp. I think that's awesome. I love shrimp. They're great to cook with and make a great addition to you know, to the diet, and I just think it's awesome that I can get these wonderful shrimp local. So they may be a little spendy. I don't know what his pricing is yet, but I just think it's pretty awesome that Ohio could be raising shrimp. And so I'd like to do more stories about that kind of stuff. Not next month, not February, but in March, early part of March, I'm going to be going up to the Amish country here. They're having a draft horse show and sale. So I'm going to go up and film some of that for you guys so you can see some of that. Here in Ohio, a lot of the Amish still use horses for plowing. I know guys here that use horses for logging because it's a way of dragging trees and logs out of the woods without tearing it up and doing damage like they do with modern equipment where they really tear stuff up. So show you some of that kind of stuff. So we got some interesting things in the funnel that we're going to be doing as time permits this year. So should be pretty interesting. So good thing to do with an unused pool. Shrimp. Yeah, there you go. Why not? Who would have thought of shrimp, right? I love shrimp as well. We're coming down to Lancaster at the shrimp harvest. Do that, Avalon Acres. Let's stay in touch. We'll get together. Hey, Don B. How you doing, man? I do not have my internet sorted out, Don B. I'll talk about that here in just a second. Let me catch up on the chat. Very cool. I remember going to those events as a kid in my hometown. Yeah, right? Love to hear more about things like the shrimp farming. Cool. I will be doing that. We live in Amish country. Most of the neighbors are Amish here. Not the touristy parts, though. Oh, cool. I grew up about 2 miles from... Okay. Fab 62. Cool beer. Well, thank you. Yeah, it filled back in quite nicely now. Check out the tractor pulls there in your area. Fun stuff. Yes, Jeff. We'll definitely be covering some tractor pulls and some other stuff. So, Avalon Acres, definitely. Awesome. Cool. Are you talking like thousands at a time for the shrimp? You mean as far as how many he's harvesting? I believe so. I mean, he's got 2 ponds that they look to be like 3 to 4, maybe 5 acre ponds. And from what I understand, when it's harvest time, they pump the ponds dry. They pump all the water out of the ponds. And at the bottom of the pond, he's got like a concrete trough sort of thing. And then they get in there with nets and they scoop all the shrimp up out of the trough. So it's interesting. Yeah, you'll know more, I guess. Well, I'll know more when I go over there to film some of it. So I'm going to try to film some as he puts the shrimp in, and then I'll film some more come September when it's harvest time. So we'll try to do a pretty in-depth story about that so people can see what's going on. So just got the live stream notice and popped in and said, well, hey, David dear, how you doing? You know, it's something weird going on with the notices. I mean, I've been on now for, I don't know, what, 20 minutes or so, and the notice is just going out now, so it's kind of odd. Anyhow, going back to Don B's question about the internet. No, my internet is not straightened out. We are having new internet installed tomorrow, but I wanted to do a quick live stream, and so I am on my phone, not using the web to upload, and then I'm using my computer to monitor the chat, because I can't monitor the chat on my phone and do that. So what you guys are seeing now, I'm using my cell phone to record this, and then my computer to read the chat and see what you guys are talking about. So but it's runs my phone bill through the roof, because this really eats up minutes quickly. I have a lot of minutes, and I've hardly used any of them so far this month, but this is going to really drive. In fact, today is my cutoff. Midnight tonight starts my new billing cycle, and I had a lot of minutes left, so I thought I'd burn it up by doing a live stream. It's one of the reasons why I'm doing this tonight instead of doing it tomorrow, when I should have new internet with much higher upload speeds, which will be awesome, because then I can start doing some more editing and putting together some decent videos. Right now, my upload speed is, you know, not even a meg. It's like 760K upload speed. It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. 1/3 of the speed I had when I was in Alaska. So pretty poor, pretty poor. So, are you going to Kidron for the draft horse auction? I'm not. I'm going to Mount Hope. I don't know if that's near Kidron. I think it is. I think Kidron and Mount Hope are actually the same auction. Correct me if I'm mistaken, but I think that's the Mount. I did not invite you up. I have a rude dog here who keeps interrupting our live stream because she's a butthead. Yes, you're a butthead. Do you mind? I'm trying to do a live stream here. Okay. Sorry about that, kids. Missed Lily. Anyhow, let's see, where am I? YouTube's always late on those. Yeah. Only just got the notification 31 minutes late. Austin, I'm sorry about that, man. Yeah, we were just talking about that. Oh, now you're going to scratch my back from back there? Dog. I don't know how good T-Mobile is in your area, but when you're over 55, you can get 2 lines of unlimited everything, including data, for $60. Oh, really? Huh. I'll have to check into that. Mount Hope is not far from Kidron. Yeah, I think Avalon Acres, they were calling that the same. Get down. Get down. Get down. She's just trying to weasel up in here, and there's no room for you. I think that's the same same one. You said Kidron, sounds like Ron. Yeah, Kidron. K-I-D-R-O-N, Kidron. That's the Buckeye way of saying Kidron is Kidron. Like Ron, yes, Kidron. Come to think of it, I haven't gotten the notification yet. Huh. Lily is beautiful. Yes, she is. She is a beautiful dog. Oh, I shouldn't have said her name. She's a beautiful dog, but she's also a very beautiful pain in the butt. Come on. Let me do my live stream, please. And I'll tell you what, I'll throw a ball for you later. Okay? If you let me do my live stream, I'll throw a ball for you later. Okay. How about I just do the live stream with you right here like this? How's that? Will that work for you? Sorry about the interruptions here, guys, but apparently Miss Lily's pretty needy this evening and doesn't get enough love and attention, and now she wants to chew on me. Okay, get down. Get down. Get down. Down. There we go. T-Mobile does not have good coverage. Know people that have it and cannot get a signal. Yeah, I know right now I've got AT&T, and they seem to do fairly well here in Ohio. Surprisingly, though, there's even places here in Ohio that I still can't get cell service. I get down in the Hocking Hills, down where I used to live here in Ohio, and they still don't have cell phone service down there. My old property where I used to live, there's no cell phone service. Hard to believe there's any place left in America where you don't have cell phone service, but there's no cell phone service down there. Don B, get down. That's enough. Don B, caught an article in the paper, already the EPA reversing an earlier decision to allow a gold mining operation that would have threatened valuable some. Yeah, Don, up in Alaska. There's been a big political problem going on up there. There's a gold mine company wanting to mine gold. People are complaining that the runoff from the mine and where the mine is going to destroy critical spawning habitat for salmon. The reality of it is, Don B, is the area that they're going to be working in is such a tiny, okay. If this was the state of Alaska, that spot that my pen made right there is 100 times bigger in relation to how big this mine is going to be. It is not going to, it may affect one salmon stream, but a lot of these groups will tend to exaggerate how critical of a habitat that may be. A lot of it's just, that knee-jerk reaction. Somebody wants to have a mine and rape and pillage the world, so we're going to stop them from doing it. And they just will invent and come up with any excuse they can to stop the mining. Now, with that said, I am not pro-mining. I'm very much against it. However, I think you got to give these guys a fair shake. Now, I think there's enough gold mines up there that have never done very well. Some have done okay, some haven't done okay. I don't like the mining techniques that they use because they use some toxic chemicals to strip the gold out of the rock. And in so doing can poison on great tracts of land, especially with mercury. But depending on what kind of techniques they're going to use. Now, with that said, I could go on a big long rant about the EPA and the problems with the EPA. The EPA is not what it should be doing. It has turned into a political flunky kind of payoff job. The guys that are running the EPA and in charge of the EPA are on the dole from all of these big corporations. I advocate, and I honestly, seriously believe we should do this. I think anybody that's a senator or a congressman should have to wear a jacket like NASCAR does, with the names and emblems emblazoned on their shirt of all of the companies that pay them off to make decisions for them, to decide stuff that's beneficial for that company. I really think we need to have some cross-the-board disclosure on who they are, because I guarantee you the people that are at the head of the EPA are on the dole and getting paid off by people to permit stuff that should never have been permitted in the first place. We see this prevalent in the fishing industry, the commercial fishing industry, where they're paying off huge sums of money to keep commercial permits. One of the things that really... Chat was disconnected, successfully reconnected. Okay, sorry, the chat did something weird there. When I was up in Alaska, one of the things that really peed me off, I bought 80 acres right next to Montana Creek, which is supposed to be an awesome place to go fishing. Great salmon stream. And then when we moved there, they said we're only allowed one salmon out of the river. One. Salmon go right by our place. Thousands of them swim up and down the river. So many so you can practically walk across the river and not get your feet wet walking on salmon. And with that happening, we're only allowed one. Why? because the guys that have the commercial permits out in the ocean were taking so many salmon, millions of pounds of salmon, that they thought there wasn't sufficient numbers still getting upstream to spawn. And so those of us who lived on the river and have our property line right down into the water's edge, we weren't allowed to have any of the fish out of the river because those guys already took it all. That peeved me off. So anyhow, hello, Mary Matthews. How you doing? We want to see Lilly fly ball play. Mary, I have a video that I just did recently about Lilly playing with a ball at the park. So I'll ask you to go back and look at that. There will be more videos coming up of Lilly playing. So, hello, Kim. How you guys doing? How you doing? I'll tell Lilly you said hello. So, Jeff agrees. Waukesha Pilot, don't they just sift the soil? How can that be bad? They don't just, I guess the chat got disconnected again. Probably my bad internet speed up here. They don't just sift the soil. They actually will take some of the soil and some of it will be chemically treated. Now, I don't know if this particular mine is using that technique or if they're only going through like a shaker table type design. If all they're doing is a shaker table type design and, you know, grading it out so that they end up with finer and finer stuff, then getting down to the fines, which they settle to the bottom of a screen and they harvest off the gold that way. If that's what they're doing, I have no problem with it because it really isn't doing a lot of damage to anything. But if they're starting to introduce chemicals and stuff to break it down, isolate it from some of the other materials, then that I would have a problem with. So, guys, get down. Now stop. That's enough. I got to refresh here because my chat, it said my chat had disconnected. So, there we go. I guess we're back. I had to refresh. Okay, I refreshed and apparently we're back. So if you're having problems, refresh, guys. 1 per day or year. 1 per year. Per year, Don. We were allowed 1 king salmon a year, period. That was all we were allowed. And we had to go out and buy a stamp. We had to buy a king salmon stamp permit. And then when we caught it, we had to report it to the fisheries people that we harvested one. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So, government, yeah, gooberments are definitely corrupt. Absolutely. Live stream's good today. No issues at all. Okay. Yeah, Don, I agree. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Infuriating, actually. You know, because not only myself, but a lot of people paid a lot of good money to buy property that was on one of these salmon streams. And then for us not to be able to harvest any salmon out of it was just criminal in my book. Criminal. Waukesha. Okay, Waukesha Pilot. Sorry about that. Waukesha. Waukesha. Close enough, right? Okay. Wiki Pilot. How's that? We'll just say Wiki Pilot. Waukesha. Sorry about that. Okay. You knock some sense into your head? She hit her head on the table. So anyhow, guys, look, I think I'm going to go ahead and pull the plug unless you got anything in particular you want to talk about. We're doing what we can do up here. Waukesha. There you go. Waukesha. Okay. Waukesha Pilot. We got it. Waukesha. Unless you have anything in particular you'd like to chat about, making progress. Very, very slow. Very frustrating progress here in Ohio. Really dismayed at how long things are taking, but it is what it's going to be. So, hey, Kevin Chadburn, fishing in Alaska can get confusing. One day you're allowed 2 fish, some days you can catch 6. They change the rules daily. Yeah, Kevin, not only do they change the rules daily, but there's some species of fish that, like, I would take my sailboat and I would go out fishing and I'd be out for a week. And I would be, you know, offshore or out of range. There was no cell phone or radio range or anything where I was at. And yet, while I was out fishing, they would all of a sudden have a closure. And they wouldn't ever, you know, I wouldn't know about the closure because I'm someplace offshore and remote. But if I had caught the wrong fish on the day that I was out there, I was liable and could be held and get in trouble for it. So there was just some things you really had to be careful about. So yeah, Alaska had some really odd rules that made things very difficult. Same thing for like, bear hunting. In certain areas along the coast, you could hunt black bear along the coast. So if you're out on the boat hunting, you really had to check in with them almost every day to make sure there wasn't a closure, because once a certain number of bears were harvested in that area, they would then close it. So every day you had to check in with them somehow and find out, if it was still open or not. And that was very much a pain in the butt. So, have you been following any sailing channels? Dave G, not very much. I must admit, I've really cut back on what I've been watching. I've been watching some things, like I know Riley hit himself in the head the other day and ripped open the back of his head. Riley from Sailing La Vagabond. I've been watching some Delos, Gone with the Wind, just some of the big guys and people that I really enjoyed watching. Rick Moore, I've been following some of his stuff, but I'm not watching every little channel like I used to. I scroll through them to see if there's anything particularly interesting that I'd like to watch or see. But I must admit, I've really curtailed a lot of that viewing that I was, I was subscribing to like over 100 sailing channels. And I'm still subscribed to 100. When I split my channel, I have all of my, like right now I'm on Grandpa's Farm, not Grandpa's Farm Go Sailing. For those of you that don't know, I have two channels, Grandpa's Farm Go Sailing. Go over to Grandpa's Farm and Go Sailing and subscribe there if you want to watch sailing content. Now, right now, everything that's on that channel is my older stuff because I'm not sailing at the moment. So there's nothing new or fresh on there. If you've seen all my videos, it's all old stuff, but go over and subscribe, because when I'm creating new stuff, that's where that will get posted. If you want to watch the homesteading stuff and what's going on my day-to-day here in Ohio, then stay here on Grandpa's Farm. I will be heading down to Florida this spring. We're selling real estate, and it is still my intention to buy a boat down there eventually. Right now I've got some bills to pay and some things I got to take care of first, but that is the plan and what I'll be doing, and so there will be some sailing content coming up along the way. So I guess that answers that. Okay. Nice seeing you again. Take care and keep your chin up. Thanks, Jeff. Will do. Did you find land for the farm? Mark, I've looked at a couple of different properties. I can't do anything until my land up in Alaska sells. I just don't have the funds to do anything until that sells. So that will sell, and then we'll be doing that. So, but I have looked at a couple of properties here that would be quite nice, actually. We're just gotta see how things play out. So, thanks, Don B. I appreciate it, buddy. I will stay positive. Good luck on progress. Thanks, No Plastic 61. No plastic. I want to, just because of your name, I'll touch base on something here real quick. Had some commenting buttheads give me crap because I'm not out sailing, saving the world. There's a lot of stuff going on here in Ohio that's crap too. I've been trying to start locally and get things accomplished here locally and build from that. Like getting my family to stop buying plastic bottles of everything and improve their health and start trying to get more of a non-factory, more farm diet going. And, you got to take these things one little bite at a time. It's like, how do you eat a whale? You eat a whale one bite at a time. So we're taking little shots and we're trying to make some progress with that regard. Lot of stuff going on up here in Ohio as far as, over fertilizing with nitrates and stuff that are affecting our planet. So kind of starting there and working my way up. So we'll see how that progresses. But I thought saying your name is No Plastic 61, you might appreciate that. Bobby and Laura are a couple. Well, about freaking time. So sailing channels have been very slow for several months. Huh. I would think right now everybody be getting ready to put their boats up on the hard again. Hurricane season's coming in. Let's hope they're smarter this year than what they were last time and get their boats put in safe places. But we'll talk more about that when I do a Grandpa's Farm Goes Sailing live stream, which I won't be able to do for a while until people subscribe, darn it. So get on there and subscribe to Grandpa's Farm Goes Sailing so I can do live streams on that channel. Oh, hey, Gramp, sorry I'm late. No problem, Trav. Glad you're here. Carl, I was just on the west coast of Florida, Punta Gorda. That area is growing very fast. Yeah, it really is, Jeff. A lot of those areas are growing very fast. Much cheaper to get started there. Yep, I agree. I agree, but that's not the area where I'll be working. I'm interested in working an area with really high-priced properties, and that's the Florida Keys. That's where the money is for me as a realtor. Kevin Chadburn says, it's designed that no matter what you do, you're in some sort of violation they can fine you for. Well, yeah, that's true, Kevin. A lot of that going on. Plastic is an issue everywhere. Yep, absolutely is. Food Forest Permaculture, how you doing, man? Welcome to Grandpa's Farm. Hard to buy stuff without plastic. It really is. It really is hard to buy stuff without plastic. It takes a little focus and determination. Sometimes you buy stuff with plastic, and don't beat yourself up over it. Just try to mitigate it and recycle it as best you can. Recycle, reuse, don't buy. There you go, no plastic. Yep, recycle, reuse, and reduce. Hurricane season is several months away. Most channels are months behind. Well, that's true. In fact, I noticed one of the channels just the other day was talking about their Hurricane Irma damage that they had. I'm like, really? Talk about old news. So, I don't understand why some of these channels get so far behind. It just boggles my mind that they're that far behind. It doesn't make any fiscal or financial sense for them to be that far behind, but nonetheless. Britain has just banned those microbeads. Awesome, Austin. Glad to hear it. Microplastics should be banned, and you're talking about banning the microbeads that are found in like toothpaste and things like that. That's a great step. I'm glad to hear that. Hit the bell and smash the thumb. Thanks, Grandpa's Farm, doing good. Thank Food Forest Permaculture. I appreciate that. Kelly Binkley, good to see and hear from you with updates. Glad to hear you are forging ahead with your life. Stay positive, and remember, a lot care about you and your well-being. Hey, Kelly, man, I really appreciate that. You and your family, Kim and Megan, have been awesome to me for a long time now, and I really appreciate it. I am thrilled to see that Megan's got a new guy in her life, so that's cool and exciting, and I'm really glad for her. So you guys rock. You're an awesome family. So I hope you guys will continue to follow along and watch, because you guys are good folks. And Pilot says, and to think I retired from a plastic thermoforming company. Oh, no. The devil's in the house. Yeah, that's all right. We forgive you for your previous sins. But, hey, I'm 60 years old this year. I turned 60 this year. And, who knew? Who knew? We did not know. I did not know. The general public did not know of the problems that we were creating at the time that we did. So we feign ignorance, but now, plastic is just killing the planet. Plastic and pavement, yeah, I agree. It's just killing the plastic, killing the planet. We got to do something about it. We really got to stop. We got to stop this insanity. So we'll see. Hopefully we'll make some pretty good progress here pretty soon. But anyhow, guys, this is Grandpa signing off. I'm going to have to play and give some attention to Miss Lilly, because apparently she's just starved to death for attention. So we will catch you guys later. And, well, come on, you going to jump on me now and say goodbye? There you go. Say goodbye. Say goodbye. You going to say goodbye? No, don't get your nose print on there. You're going to get a nose print on there and be a problem. Anyhow, me and Miss Lilly going to say goodnight to y'all. We'll see you guys later. I hopefully will be doing another live stream. I don't know if I'll be doing them on Sunday nights or not, because Sunday nights are usually the night that my family is here having dinner. I may have to find a new schedule for that, but we will be doing some more live streams in the near future. And again, if you're interested in my sailing stuff, please go over to the Grandpa's Farm Goes Sailing channel and subscribe over there. And once I have enough people subscribed over there, I can do live streams over there again, talk about sailing stuff. So anyhow, we'll catch you guys later. Be good, be careful, and guys, please take care of one another. I'd appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Bye.